1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Out there in Banjo land, Mike Heading here, coming to you today with an intermediate level version of the classical tune Clinch Mountain Backstep. I always think of Ralph Stanley when I think of this song, and I did a beginner version of this one that goes over the real basic melody, so definitely check out the beginner version first if you're not familiar with this song. But I want to do kind of an intermediate level second solo, throw in a couple melodic licks, throw in a couple bluesy licks just for fun. It's always fun to have a few more bluesy licks. I'll break down the solo for the A part and the solo for the B part, and then show you some more advanced backup I would do for the song. All right, enough talking. Let's jump into Clinch Mountain Backstep in the key of A. All right, let's start breaking down this A part. So we're gonna get just a little bit further away from the melody. So this might be a solo I would typically take as like the second solo in a song. So maybe I kick off the song and I stay pretty close to the melody, but then when it comes around to the banjo again, that's your opportunity to stretch a little bit further away from the melody once the melody's been established. That's kind of how I think of it. So let's jump into this second solo. Here we go. Okay, so we're gonna basically start with a pickup on beat 4 of measure 1. And basically what I'm gonna do is we're kind of thinking essentially in this F chord here relative to my capo. Remember, I've got my capo on the 2nd fret. I've got my 5th string tuned up to A. And I'm just going to play the top 2 fingers of that F chord. So we're essentially kind of like superimposing that F chord over the rest of the band is playing a G chord. So it's going to give it a very bluesy sound. And what we're going to do is I'm going to pinch those 2 notes and then slide the whole thing up. So rather than instead of just going maybe like this, like that, or something like that you might have heard, right? We're going to just go that. So I'm pinching, and then I'm going to come down here like this, and then grab, and then a backwards roll with a choke. Okay, so not too hard. So we have, and then I'm going to do kind of a forward roll. I'm going to put my pinky back up on the 5th fret. I'm going to roll forward 5, 3, 1, and then down again, pinch. And then like a lick. So kind of like a bluesy, like Tony Rice inspired lick. So I'm on the 2nd string. I'm going to do a 2-1 pull off. And then I'm going to hit the open 1st string. So I'm doing index middle with my right hand. And then 3rd fret on the 3rd string. So you got to do that pull off quick. So you have, measure 4. And then we're going to do a pinch with our right hand, index and middle, while I do a 1-3 hammer on. And then I'm actually going to pinch again, but this time slide from 1 to 3. And then roll forward. So you have, the reason I'm sliding up like that is it's going to put me in position to play the next line. So that's, again, one of those things where we're thinking ahead. You wouldn't obviously know that the first time you play through the solo, but you'll realize in a second we got to be up here. So that's why instead of doing a hammer on like this and then doing another one, which you could, but then you got to jump up here really fast. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of cheating. I'm going like that and then just sliding into it. And then we're going to do a backwards forward roll. So put your pinky on the 5th fret, keep your 1st finger down. So again, I'm just using that F movable shape, but I'm just playing the top 2 fingers to play like a lead. And I'm going to go, and then I'm going to slide the whole thing down. And then I'm going to put my ring finger on the 3rd fret, which is going to make like a G7. And the roll I'm doing is I'm doing like a reverse forward roll. So I go backwards, and then I slide down, hit the first string, and then I go forward. So you have. And then a little lick, that 2-1 pull-off lick. Again, we're just going to do it quicker. So you have. Watch the right hand. I'm just going. So do that pull off really fast. And then a 1-3 hammer on. And then ending lick, and then I'll break it. We'll walk it back and play it a few more times. So we have. Okay, so what I'm doing there is I've got my first finger on the first fret of the second string, and I'm going to play a forward reverse roll. I'm going to put my pinky. So really important is kind of using the correct fingers in this lesson. So notice how we're using this shape a lot, which is my index finger here and my pinky up here. Okay, and remember, that's this F movable shape, and I'm just using the top 2 fingers. We've been sliding that back and forth. Okay, so that's what we're doing for this ending lick, except I'm going to play a forward reverse roll. And then I'm just going to pull off my pinky. So you have. Come back down and just do a little choke. So kind of like a bluesy ending lick. The other thing to notice there is the chord actually goes to like an R, D, really an E relative to the capo, but if you notice the lick we're doing is essentially just a G lick. So that's very common on these kind of bluesy songs, is not to really play that 5 chord, the D. Like, you don't play like a big happy chord, right? You kind of play like a lick like that, right? So let's bring it back a little bit. So we have. So that's measures 6 through 9. I'll do it a few more times and then we'll back it up again. Of measure 9. So let's play those first 9 measures. Here we go.